5 months ago, I climbed 35 and V14. 4.5 months ago, my A2 pulley on my right hand went pop. And then for the following 3 months, I did absolutely nothing in the way of climbing or strength training and just went hardcore deep into trail running. And it was very fun. For the last 6 weeks, I've gotten back into board climbing. And it is very fun, and I've been feeling a lot of DOMs on the comeback. And now as I'm starting to feel a little bit more connected with my climbing and confident in everything, I'm really keen to dig into a good solid block of climbing training. And I figured before I get into that, let's just see where I'm at with a 9C strength test. So I'm sure all of you are aware. The 9C strength test is a series of 4 different exercises, and depending on how you go with it, we're back. Depending on how you go with it, it spits out the number and it gives you an approximate grade that you could maybe be climbing with that strength. Now, before I had a look at where all of that equates to, I wrote down a few scores that I think maybe I could get to just my feeling before I actually get into any of this, and that gave me a grade of what it thinks that I could be climbing with that feeling. I do sort of feel like I could be climbing at around that 31-32 range at the moment. If it was a 33 that I'd already done before, I feel like I could go down to Elphinstone and just run a lap on Tiger Cat. It's not the same thing. When you know that you've done it, you can do it, and you've got the confidence, done all the tricks. I've done Tiger Cat at least 20 times at this point. It's not the same as walking to the base of a route that you've never done, not knowing any of the tricks and sequences, and go, bam, I've got to try and work this out today, or whatever it is. So I feel like that 31-32 is about where I'm at. We're going to see how I actually perform versus how I thought I was going to perform versus where I'm actually at. I've got the last little bit of my warm-up going on here. It's a V11 boulder set by Alex Johnson. It'll be a nice little test to see where I'm actually at. I haven't climbed, I don't think, a V11 yet on the comeback, so we'll see. Looks like a feisty first move and a feisty last move. Up, across, I think under, and then roll out to this. I'm going to have to be careful on the finger on this, because rolling around on that might... We'll see. We'll see. Oh, not too bad. Oh. It's alright. I think just that first move. Oh, got that back 3. Oh, not bad. Let's get testing. Great, it is hang time, and the rain has just started coming down, so I've had to close the roller door. Hopefully it just passes through and we'll have it back open again. So the lighting, it's a bit harsh. Lighting is a big thing in here for me. I would love to get it sorted, but for now we keep on going. Let's go with 20%, so 14.25 kilograms. 5 seconds on the clock, 20 mil edge on my Awesome Woodies homeboy. Super easy actually, that was nice. Now the funny thing with all of this testing protocols and stuff, I've never done it before. I've never really, actually once I did in 2018. Don't know where I would find any of that statistics, the numbers. I just, you know, the big thing that people talk about is like you do the testing and then you do your training and then you see if you've gotten better, and that's the thing, like, you know, is my testing better? Yes and no. For me, I don't like it because it's like, did my climbing get better? Yes. Sweet, training worked. I don't care if I get better at the test. I can train myself to get better at the test and my climbing can stagnate or get worse. The test for me is, do I feel better on the wall? And so I've just never paid attention to any of this stuff. Actually, to do this test, it's all based on your body weight. And I haven't weighed myself since pre-Tokyo Olympics. So July 21, that was 3.5 years ago. I've just not weighed myself because I just don't think that it's particularly useful for me. It's like, do I feel good on the wall? Yeah, sweet. I'm gonna keep going. Like, I've never been sucked into like thinking about, you know, I've got to be lighter to be better and stuff. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna, you know, gorge myself on dessert, but, you know, I like dessert. I like having a beer. I like snacking. Like, it's just, I think people get too fixated on the numbers and not enough on the feel of how it goes. So don't get too caught up in it. It's like, did my training make me better at climbing? Yes, sweet. Did it make me worse? Yes, not so sweet. So that's my 2 cents. That felt good. Let's move up to 40%. So we're going to go to 28.48, so 28.5 kilograms. It's never the cleanest kind of waddle, the old weighted hang waddle. Cool. That felt pretty good as well. Having said all of that, I will test this again once I do that training block just to see where it is at. Like, I expect that I will become much better at climbing over the next few months just because I haven't done so much, and I'll feel in tune on the wall and all those little kind of soft skill tactics come through. And that is one of the things that does get missed in the sort of numbers breakdown of this sort of stuff. It's like, yeah, obviously we're not looking at like how much are you over gripping, how efficient are you with your movements, how much are you using your feet or not using your feet, and breathing and your diet and all those sorts of things. Like, they all make up a part of it. So it's a fun game to play, but I'll be interested to see how much my climbing improves versus how much my numbers improve, because I always feel like I've been on the weaker end of what I have climbed. So we'll see. It'll be fun. Oh, wow. I gotta learn my lesson. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna end up with sore legs at the end of this, doing these weird little squats. Ooh, that's getting harder. Alright, next. Anyone that's keeping a track of what this clock is doing, you've just seen that I've gone down a bit of a funny rabbit hole on Instagram in that weight. Well, I was meant to... Well, I did send an email, but it's been a minute. But we have 70% of my body weight here. 49 point something, basically 50 kilos. For 5 seconds. I don't know that roll it back. Alright, no, another attempt. Let's see how this goes. I don't know that there is a lot in reserve here, so I think this might go as far as I can go. Oh, let's check that on the replay. Oh, yeah, there wasn't another second in that. Sweet, so that was 70%. There was not a chance I was going up to 80%. 80% was going to add another 7 kilos. Just not happening. So that gives me 70. Fantastic. So it goes 7 points is 160%. 8 points is 180%. So I went that extra 10% for no extra points. But that's alright. I know where I'm at. It was plus basically 50 kilos. So I'm actually surprised by that. Alright, so this is one that I really had zero faith in my ability to do anything. So oh, we're not doing core. We're doing a max pull-up. My bad. Okay, cool. Well, we'll see. What did I reckon? Okay. Harness. See, is this like the least professional version of this video that you've ever seen? It's like some dodgy fella in his shed with dangly stuff, doesn't even know where he's up to. You got Adamandra, Magnus, and Stefano, and all those cool dudes and gals smashing it out. Hannah Morris is doing amazing jobs, making amazing videos that look fantastic, and here's silly old Tom. Let's start out with 30%. That's just a nice control. Crap everywhere down here. Nice controlled chin up. 30%. That was alright. Let's go to 50%. So I used to do 3 reps of 4 sets as my weighted chin-ups with 35 kilos on. And that was when I was weighing a little bit less, so this would be an interesting benchmark. I haven't done it in ages. Cool. 150%. That's Siri.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Don't need your help, thanks mate. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, 70% of my body weight. This feels like it's starting to get heavy. So the next jump up is 180%, which means that I've got to put on 56.96, so 57 kilos. Definitely not doing that. Well, I'll try. I don't think I can do it. Oh, just going to be able to clip in. Ooh. Okay. Might as well have been bolted to the ground. just for the sake of testing, let's see what 50 kilos is like, because that's going to be 170%. We're adding 70%, so 50. You guys can come off. I'm going to rest for a bit though, because that's like a few moments. Alright, 50 kilos is 70% of my body weight. No. Now it's core time. The one I have the least amount of hope and faith in. But we will see. Okay, so the core thing, basically I think this is like the biggest step ups in each of the incremental things. So it's L-sit with bent knees and L-sit and then into front lever. And I've never been able to do a front lever. So for 7 points, front lever 5 seconds. I just don't think that I can do that. I'll give it a go just to try and see, you never know. But I'm going to be aiming for 6 points with a 20-second L-sit. But we'll see. No. Alright, L-sit, 20 seconds. Oh, it's a bit over 20 seconds, but... Oh, as I get back into all this training, even just little bits, like the simplest little things, I've got so many DOMs every day from just doing like a little bit of TRX or a little bit of climbing. It's just brutal. 3 months of like not doing anything other than a bit of running. Well, a lot of running. But no strength stuff. It's just sucks coming back. Alright, now I've got to hang on to this bar for as long as I can. I have not been pumped in a very, very, very long time, like probably 4 and a bit months. Done zero endurance work, aside from a little bit of arcing the other day for the first time in that long length of time. To be honest, I'm feeling a little bit scared. The burn is something that I generally love, but I'm scared. Kind of tricky too, because like that, you're gonna have to be holding up my legs. Go. When I did Ninja Warrior, I had to try and hang on as a part of the audition for, their goal was 5 minutes. Season 1, when we did it, you could take hands off and swing around and it was all okay. It was piece of piss. Nice and simple. Season 2, you weren't allowed to let go. You had to keep both hands on the bar at the same time. And that felt a lot harder, and I think I got to like 2 minutes or something. Really not long. 2 minutes. It's a fire alarm that's just gone off in our house. Kids are cooking.
Tom, the fire alarm's going off. And Amanda told me to get you.
2.5 minutes. Cold. So, That was fun. I got to 2.5 minutes, was feeling the burn, and got called in because the smoke alarms were going off in the house, but actually there was no smoke or anything in the house, so I'm not really sure what was going on there. Had some jam on bread, lovely bit of sourdough seed butter, like, yummy. Strawberry jam, not my favourite flavour. I get a little bit more experimental. Fig jam's good. Quince is yummy. Marmalade, love a bit of marmalade. Paddington Bear style. Sorted out the fire alarms because they went off again. Replaced the batteries. Hopefully that's going to be okay. Here we go as the rain starts. So maybe I'm going to have to stop because the rain is going to be raining on my camera. Outside, but hopefully not. 2.5 minutes is the time to beat so that I feel like I've bettered myself. Maybe it's just like, great, I had a bit of a pump, you know, got my warm up on. Now things will be good. Yeah, definitely feeling more pumped at the 50-second mark than I did last time. A bit of Enya going through my head. Get a copyright strike for that. Yep. This is hurting. It's 2 minutes. Oh, that was 3.5 minutes. I didn't have another. Oh, that was lame actually. It was a little bit lame. Probably could have pushed another 15 or so seconds and then would have gritted my teeth for another a few seconds to get to 4 minutes. I'm surprised by that, honestly. I am genuinely surprised. 3.5 minutes. I'm happy. So, interestingly enough, when I wrote down what I thought I might do, 20 mil edge, I thought 130%, which gave me 4 points. On my max pull-up, I thought I would be able to lift only 50% of my body weight. This core, I expected that. The 20-second L-sit, I thought I would be able to do it. Did do it. And the bar, I was expecting 2 minutes. I did not expect my hang to be that good, which, quick maths tells me that's 27 points, which I haven't actually looked at this yet. And 8B plus, that's kind of what I was thinking, 32. I'll take that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Go test it yourself. It's kind of fun, just a silly little game to play. So, see you next time.